KPBS On Demand is supported by UC San Diego's Art Power, presenting cellist Joshua Roman, performing from his album Immunity, alongside music by J.S. Bach and more. Sunday, June 22nd at UC San Diego's Epstein Family Amphitheater. Reserve your tickets at artpower.ucsd.edu.
Good morning, I'm Debbie Cruz. It's Tuesday, December 5th. CSU faculty are striking, one school at a time. More on that next. But first, let's do the headlines. Customs and Border Protection officials this week confirmed the death of a teenage boy in Jacamba along the U.S.-Mexico border. According to reporting by our media partner, 10 News, CBP officials said the 13-year-old boy showed up at the border Saturday morning with serious injuries. CAL FIRE officials responded and performed CPR on the child who died at the scene. Robert Vivar works with asylum seekers waiting along the border and says he knows what migrants are willing to risk for a better life in the U.S.
Anybody that perishes trying to seek a better life is very sad, very emotional to us. That was somebody's child, somebody's grandchild.
The cause of the boy's death has not been released. Monica Montgomery Stepp will be sworn into her new role as District 4 County Supervisor today. She will be the county's first Black woman supervisor. District 4 covers parts of central San Diego, La Mesa, Lemon Grove, and Spring Valley. Montgomery Stepp will be filling the seat of former supervisor Nathan Fletcher, who resigned in May after being accused of sexual assault. The teams playing in this year's Holiday Bowl have been announced. The USC Trojans will play against the Louisville Cardinals at Petco Park. The two schools have never met on the football field, but the Trojans have played in 3 previous Holiday Bowl games. Louisville has never played in the bowl. The game is on Wednesday, December 27th at 5 in the evening. Tickets for the game are still available and range from around $50 to more than $300. From KPBS, you're listening to San Diego News Now. Stay with me for more of the local news you need.
KPBS On Demand is supported by UC San Diego's Art Power, presenting cellist Joshua Roman, performing from his album Immunity, alongside music by J.S. Bach and more. Sunday, June 22nd at UC San Diego's Epstein Family Amphitheater. Reserve your tickets at artpower.ucsd.edu.
Faculty working with the CSU system are on strike this week, but as education reporter MG Perez tells us, they are picketing one campus at a time.
29,000 members of the California Faculty Association work for the Cal State system as professors, lecturers, counselors, and librarians. They are demanding a 12% increase in pay, along with a full semester of paid parental leave and a decrease in their student caseload. A state-mandated cooling-off period ended Friday. The CFA is trying a new strategy of rolling picket lines, one campus per day. They started at Cal Poly Pomona, where Kate Osment is an associate professor who is picketing for her students, too.
They need faculty who are not burned out, who can show up for them, and they need faculty who can take them to a counselor when they're struggling with something because they deserve help.
The picket lines moved to San Francisco State Tuesday. So far, there are no plans for strikes at San Diego State or Cal State San Marcos. MG Perez, KPBS News.
Some of the concrete benches at Swami's Beach in Encinitas are now back. The city removed them more than 2 weeks ago for what it says was routine maintenance. As North County reporter Alexander Wynn says, they're now back with a new addition.
Over the weekend, about half the benches at Swami's Beach were back with a concrete block added in the middle that the city is calling an armrest. In a Facebook post, Deputy Mayor Joy Lynn says it was added to encourage sitting. Encinitas resident Robert Stein thinks it was for another reason.
I don't know how this helps sitting. I think it was done to discourage people from sleeping on the bench.
Residents have complained about the unsheltered population at Swami's for years.
I never had a problem with them, but you don't kind of want to hang out that much when they're around.
The city says the rest of the benches will be returned once they have been power washed and the armrest installed. Alexander Wynn, KPBS News.
The San Diego Air and Space Museum is home to airplanes of all sorts, but now it's also where you'll find a very special vehicle that never leaves the ground. Reporter John Carroll tells us about the Avion car.
Avion means airplane in French.
Craig Henderson built the Avion car back in the early 80s as a way to prove cars could achieve fuel economy of 100 miles per gallon. Its body was designed to be very aerodynamic. Under its sleek skin, it's got a combination of car and airplane parts.
We use a lot of actually Boeing surplus components in it, some composites, aircraft-grade aluminum. And so it's built kind of like a race car and airplane.
Henderson actually surpassed the 100 miles per gallon goal on a trip that began at Dodger Stadium.
Drove down to the Tijuana border, turned around and went back up to the Canadian border. And we averaged 103.7 miles per gallon in 1986.
Some of the Avion car's design principles, like its completely flat undercarriage, can be found in some cars of today, like Tesla's. If you like futuristic-looking cars, you can see the Avion car at Balboa Park's Air and Space Museum, where it's now on long-term loan. John Carroll, KPBS News.
Tonight, Digital Gem Cinema is hosting a single screening of the gorgeously restored 1951 Mexican film noir, Victims of Sin. Film critic Beth Accomando says you should take advantage of this rare opportunity to see the film on the big screen.
Havana-born Niño Sevilla is less an actress and more a force of nature. In a series of Mexican films in the 1950s, she captivated audiences with her blonde bombshell looks and sensual rumba dancing. In Victims of Sin, she plays Violetta, a cabaret performer whose life takes a downward spiral when she takes in an abandoned baby. The film mixes an intoxicating cocktail of seductive film noir, lush melodrama, and Catholic redemption. The 4K restoration highlights the incandescent beauty of both Sevilla and the black and white cinematography. In contrast to a lot of American noir, this film does not have a femme fatale orchestrating the downfall of hapless men, but rather gives us a fallen woman with a heart of gold. The melodrama sucks us in, but the noir underpinnings add a gritty edge. The cabaret backdrop lets Sevilla and the musicians shine and allows for some naughty songs that have now been translated and subtitled. Plus, we get to see vibrant female characters who display surprising agency. Treat yourself to an early holiday gift and go see this film. Beth Accomando, KPBS News.
That's it for the podcast today. As always, you can find more San Diego news online at kpbs.org. Join us again tomorrow for the day's top stories. I'm Debbie Cruz. Thanks for listening and have a great Tuesday.
KPBS On Demand is supported by Paint Care, offering households and businesses in California more than 800 leftover paint drop-off sites for recycling. Quantities of 100-plus gallons of paint may qualify for a large volume pickup. Learn more at paintcare.org.